have with us Chairman Greg Walden from the Energy and Commerce Committee. I know he has a great interest in this issue, and in the interest of your time, sir, I'd like to give you 5 minutes for comments, questions.
Well, I thank the gentleman, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. And to the members of the committee, thanks for your courtesy in letting me come and share a few comments. And I appreciate what the witnesses have had to say. Your testimony is most helpful. And I appreciate your committee taking a look at this topic. Throughout my district, I've heard from veterans who are waiting a long time, too long, frankly, to be able to get an appraisal on their VA-backed home loans. You all know this is going on. I've had a dozen or more different veterans contact me for assistance while facing significant delays in receiving their VA guaranteed home loans due to this appraisal backlog. I've also heard from realtors and loan officers who find that in their efforts to secure homes for veterans and their families, receiving a VA-approved appraisal is the most challenging and time-consuming requirement. I've had 7 town hall meetings in my district so far this year, and I think in just about every one, this topic has come up as an issue affecting our veterans. So, and these are in different parts of Oregon. Some of these veterans and their advocates have waited up to 9 weeks to even have an appraiser assigned to their case, Mr. Chairman, 9 weeks, making them far less competitive as prospective buyers in the housing market. One veteran even lost his prospective home when his interest rate lock expired as he waited for an appraisal. And I think we would all agree that's simply unacceptable. At the end of last year, I wrote to the VA Regional Loan Center to ask how we could address this problem head on, and I hope in your hearing today we can get some answers to that. I know that higher appraisal fees have been approved for some counties in my district. I'd heard that was one of the issues, that if you were doing a VA appraisal, you didn't get paid as much if you were doing another kind, and I know they've tried to address that. The VA has managed to cut down on some of the appraisal backlogs in rural Oregon, and I appreciate your attention to that. But in my conversations with realtors, veterans group, and VA employees, I've heard that the appraisal shortage is a market-wide issue that may soon spill over into other federal programs and eventually into the private sector. Increased federal regulations and barriers to entry for would-be appraisers seem to be moving us in the wrong direction. I think that's something we all have to figure out, and that's not just the purview of this committee, Mr. Chair, but I think financial services and other committees probably have a role in this as well, but it's serious. An increase in VA appraisal fees may help in the short run, but looks like we need some other policy changes as well. So we have to look at the longer term issue, but in the meantime, we must take care of our veterans. We must make sure they're not handcuffed by a process when they're just trying to get a roof over their heads. So I look forward to working with you, Mr. Chairman, and Chairman Rowe, and my colleagues on this committee to fix the problem here for our veterans, but also for others across our country. And I greatly appreciate the courtesy of being able to share those comments, and I appreciate your leadership on this, Mr. Chairman. And I thank you, and I return the balance of my time.
Thank you, Chairman Walden, and thanks for your great interest in this on this issue.